you had a good time in beautiful Scotland?
Mr. President, your Treasury Secretary and Howard Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce, the China talks wrapped today. Any sort of reaction coming out of the meeting? They're extending the truce. Are you pleased with that?
I just had a phone call from Scott Bessent and had a very good meeting with China, and it seems that, I mean, they're going to brief me tomorrow. We'll either approve it or not, but he felt very good about the meeting. Better than he felt yesterday.
Any update on when you'll meet with President Xi? When can we expect that?
He wants to meet, and I look forward to the meeting too. But I would say before the end of the year. I mean, just to go full circle. So we had a very good meeting today. If you would have asked me the question yesterday, no, it wasn't looking too good, I would have said maybe I might have said nothing, but I might have also said it wasn't going too good. I just heard from Scott that the meeting went very well today with China. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perception maybe that Keir Starmer didn't do so well in the press conference yesterday. Do you have any words of support for him?
I thought he did well in the press conference, and I thought, I think they made a good deal. I think we all made a good deal. Why, are you hearing otherwise? I guess.
Yeah.
You are.
And I think the feeling is that he was maybe a little weak and didn't really have very strong answers, and maybe wasn't entirely honest about free speech and immigration.
I don't know. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's a great representative for UK. I haven't heard that.
In your meeting with John Swinney today, did you offer to drop tariffs on Scotch whisky?
No, we really didn't discuss it much, but I have a lot of respect for him.
Mr. President,
And I didn't have a lot of respect for the woman that preceded him. I thought she was terrible as the First Minister of Scotland. But I think John is doing a very good job as First Minister.
Mr. President, the course was surrounded by windmills. Did you talk to Starmer about?
I did.
The
I
windmills,
think windmills are a disgrace. I think they hurt everything they touch. They're ugly. They're very inefficient. It's the most expensive form of energy there is. People hate it when they become visible from their house. When you see them from a house, the value goes down by 50% and more. They make noise. When they're out in the ocean, they're bad for the sea life, very bad for the whales, obviously, because they wash up on shore like 9 times more than they did without them. No, they are really bad, and they cost a lot of money. There's not a wind farm that's put up without subsidy. So instead of making money, what they should do is open up the whole North Coast oil. They have tremendous oil right there, right where we play. And they've made it impossible for people to drill. It's crazy. It's, that's one of the best oil areas in the world. They've made it impossible for people to take it out. Instead, they put up these ugly windmills all over the country and all over the world. I don't know what it is. Nobody likes them. They have the greatest lobby, but it's starting. I think I'm starting to get to it now. They're bad energy. They look bad. They kill the birds. They're really terrible things. And it's the most expensive energy of any energy there is. And in fact, not every, I guess, I don't know, maybe some, but almost every windmill put up needs subsidy from the government. So instead of making money, they lose money, and that's why UK energy costs are very high. Because when we were flying over to the plane, they were all over the place. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. I'll say it till I can't speak anymore. And I think we are having an impact, and they're starting to take a lot of windmills down. I mean, they're literally starting to take them down. They don't work, they're bad, and they're too costly. And every year you see them up there, the government is paying a lot of money. Whereas if you have oil, if you have other forms of energy, you make money on it. In other words, you bring down taxes. Enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. President.
Can we ask about that, please? On Gaza, Sir Keir Starmer has just announced the UK will recognise Palestinian sovereignty in September. If Israel does not commit to a ceasefire, ease the suffering in Gaza, and commit to a long-term solution that would deliver the two-state solution in the Middle East. Did you know that was coming?
No, we never discussed it, surprisingly. It was never really discussed. Maybe a little bit at the news conference, but he was sort of discussing it with you. We never did discuss it, and we have no view on that. We're going to get a lot of money to the area so they can get some food. He's going to also. I think the European Union is going to put up money too for food, and hopefully it's going to be properly distributed, and it will be. I think it will be. We have some pretty good response on people for the distribution of the food.
Mr. President,
We want to take it one thing at a time. They need food, and they need people to be able to get them the food.
But to follow up on that, I mean, is there any use at all in pressuring Israel now to come to some sort of longer-term solution?
Well, you could make the case that you're rewarding people, that you're rewarding Hamas if you do that, and I don't think they should be rewarded. So I'm not in that camp, to be honest. We'll let you know where we are in, but I am not in that camp.
Mr. President,
because if you do that, you really are rewarding Hamas, and I'm not about to do that.
Mr. President, you mentioned setting up food centers. When can we expect to see
Very
those
soon.
food centers?
Yeah, very soon. So we sent $60 million. It's a lot of money for food, a lot of money that can take care of people for a long time. And we want to make sure it's being spent properly. And part of the spending is the distribution. If you know, a lot of money's been sent by other countries, but nothing compared to us. But a lot of things have been stolen. They send money, they send food, and Hamas steals it. So it's a tricky little game. But we're going to make sure we have some very good people. They're going to be watching it.
Who is going to be running those food centers for you, and what kind of oversight?
Well, we're going to be dealing with Israel, and we think they can do a good job of it. And they want to do it.
Of monitoring the food centers?
No, they want to do it. The food centers, yeah. They want to preside over the food centers to make sure the distribution is proper.
Speak to Prime Minister Netanyahu, and when will you speak to him?
2 days ago.
How many?
2 days ago.
When do you think?
I said we sent money, and I want to make sure the money is spent wisely and is spent judiciously, and that food is distributed in a proper manner. And he wants to do that.
Moving Palestinians out of Gaza, you said that in the past. Do you still support that idea?
Well, it's a concept that some people fell in love with and some people don't. We really have to see how it all works out before we do that. But, you could do something spectacular, but that's a different concept. You could also probably do it if you left some. Some are leaving automatically, you know that. Some would like to leave. I think many would like to leave if they were given an alternative. They really have no alternative now. But certainly that was a concept that was really embraced by a lot of people. But also some people didn't like it.
Prime Minister Starmer, he was kind of critical of Israel and said more pressure needed to be put on Israel to allow food to get in at speed. Do you feel that Israel is a good?
I think Israel wants to do it, actually. I think Israel wants to do that. They're going to want to, I can tell you that they want to do it. They don't want Hamas stealing the money or stealing the food, and that's what they've been doing.
Have you discussed the crisis in Gaza and the terrifying?
I have, and she thinks it's terrible, and she sees the same pictures that you see, and that we all see, and I think everybody, unless they're pretty cold-hearted or worse than that, nuts. There's nothing you can say other than it's terrible when you see the kids, and those are kids, whether they talk starvation or not, those are kids that are starving. They are starving. And you see the mothers, they love them so much, and there's just nothing they seem to be able to do. They got to get them food, and we're going to get them food.
Do you plan to?
Any of the families of the victims of the Manhattan shooting?
Do you plan to attend the G20 Summit this year?
I don't think so. No, I think maybe I'll send somebody else, because I've had a lot of problems with South Africa, and they have some very bad policies. Very, very bad policies, like policies where people are being killed. A lot of people are being killed. So I think I probably won't.
Any updates?
I'd like to, but I don't think I will.
Any updates?
Enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Thank you.
India's they're my friends, and he's my friend. And, they ended the war with Pakistan at my request, and that was great. And Pakistan did also. We did a lot of great settlements, including the recent one, as you know, with Cambodia, So that was a great one. I think that's been pretty well finalized now, right?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Did I do a good job in that one? I did a good job in about 5 different wars. Do you think I'll get credit for it? No.
So,
Will I get credit for it? She'll say yes. No.
Is the deal with India finalized?
No, it's not.
Okay. So what rate are you expecting?
Well, we're going to see. We're going to see. But India's been a good friend, but India has charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country. You know that, right? Over the years. But now I'm in charge, and you just can't do that.